All right, man, what is up, YouTube? So, for those of y'all that don't know, I just started this channel. I've had this YouTube for a while, but I just recently updated it and edited it to start posting my gun content and my 2A stuff. So, if y'all can go ahead and like and subscribe to my channel, like this video, like my other videos, that would be greatly appreciated. I'm gonna start posting as much 2A content as I possibly can. I got some YouTube shorts up right now, but I figured I would go ahead and, since I was making a short with all my guns out, I would go ahead and go over everything that I've got right here and just kind of do a quick review on everything. So this isn't everything. The only other two that are not pictured here is my Ruger 1022, which is in my safe over here, and then I've got a little Ruger LCP 380 that is not in my possession right now. It's actually over at my girlfriend's house. But other than that, everything that I've got is what you see right here. So I'll go over real quick everything. This is my Smith & Wesson M&P Sheild Plus 9mm. Oh, and before I go any further, just so y'all know, as you can see, okay, I've got all of the guns unloaded. I've got the slides locked back, so y'all can see that there's no ammo in any of the guns. And on my rifles, I've got all the bolts open. No ammo there, no ammo there, and no ammo there. Everything is unloaded and good to go. So this is my Smith & Wesson Sheild Plus. I picked this up about a year ago. I rotate this in with my concealed carry. Not as much as I would like to. I need to start carrying it a little bit more because honestly, this is the most comfortable gun that I have for concealed carry. Right now, I've been carrying mostly my Glock 43X because it does have a light and an optic on it, and I like having those options when I conceal carry. I had an optic on here, which I swapped out and put over here on my Keltec. I need to get another optic for my Shield, and there's no rail for me to be able to put a light on here, but I do know Streamlight makes the TLR6, I believe it is. They had one that was only 100 lumen, but they just fairly recently came out with a new one that's 300 lumen with the laser, so I may or may not look into putting that on here. But if I do, I would have to get a different holster because the holster that I do have for this right now is not designed to run a light on the gun. So if I do put a light on the gun, I'll have to order a whole new holster, and yeah, y'all know how that goes. But yeah, this is my Smith & Wesson Sheild Plus. This is the newer model. As you can see, it's got the updated flat face trigger. Yeah, good little gun, man. I love this gun right here. This is actually my third Shield that I've owned. I've owned two in the past that had the integrated lasers in the frame here. And then this is what I carry mostly every day with me. This right here, this again, it's unloaded. There's no magazine in it. We're good to go. But this is pretty much my ride or die right here. This is what I carry every single day. This is my Glock 43X. It is the MOS model. I've got the Streamlight TLR7 sub on there, the 500 lumen, and I'm running the O-Sight SE, the 6 MOA green dot, which I just recently picked up probably about a month and a half, 2 months ago. And y'all, let me tell you, this O-Sight has definitely stepped up their game with releasing these optics. These are really, really nice quality, bright optics for a really, really good price. This is an enclosed optic. I'm assuming that this is kind of the competition to the Holosun EPS carry, but it's like $150 cheaper. You know, I wanted to give them a shot, man, because I love O-Lights. I've got an O-Light PL Mini Valkyrie, or no, I'm sorry, that's the PL. Let me back up. brain fart. That is the Olight Odin Mini that I have on my AR. I have the PL Mini Valkyrie there on the Keltec, which was on my 19X until I put the Streamlight on there. And then I went ahead and put the PL Mini Valkyrie 2 on my Keltec, which I do plan on swapping that out for a black light, so that way I can just match the whole gun black. But anyway, these optics are they're badass, man. They're really good quality. They're bright. It's definitely brighter than the Viridian optic that I'm running on my Keltec right now, or the Swamp Fox Sentinel that I had on here before. It's not even on the brightest setting right now, and as you guys can see, that sucker's pretty bright. I love it. It's a great optic. I love Streamlight. They make really good weapon lights for pistols and handguns. This is my everyday concealed carry right here, my 43X MOS. And I would say I've had this for a little over 2 years now, and I've probably got, I don't know, maybe only a few hundred rounds through it. I would say probably less than 500 rounds through this gun. I don't really shoot a lot, which I need to start doing more of, especially with me wanting to post content now, because I'm sure you guys are going to want to be seeing some shooting content. But that's the gun that I carry pretty much every day right there. That's my 43X MOS. And I am running the Sheild Arms S15 magazines, so I can run 15 rounds in here instead of 10. I believe this is the Gen 3 model. Yeah, it says Gen 3 right there on the magazine. I know they had some issues with their first gens magazines, but you know, I've been seeing a lot of people say that they've had malfunctions with these and they don't like to run them, but I think those were with the first gen magazines. These are the Gen 3s, and I've never had any issues at all running these magazines in this gun. This is my Glock 19X. Guys, let me tell y'all, again, there's nothing in the chamber, no magazine. It's unloaded. This is my Glock 19X. I'm running the Streamlight TLR 7 HLX. This is a 1000 lumen light. I love this light. This light is badass. I'm also running an Alpha Timney Alpha competition trigger in here. This is my favorite gun out of all the pistols that I own. This is by far my favorite gun right here. This is my baby. I've got some grip tape on here from Handle Grips. I put these on here just to kind of offset the color a little bit. I mean, I love the Coyote Brown or the FDE color. As you can see, my AR is all decked out in FDE stuff. But I wanted to just add these grips on here to kind of give it some color contrast. And I think it looks a lot better with the black handle grips. Also, it matches the black accents in the light too. So, but this is my favorite gun that I own. I've had this gun since 2020. So a little over 6 years I've had this gun. I don't even know how many rounds I put through it. I'm not one of those people that keep track of how many rounds I shoot through my guns. I probably should. I used to when I first started shooting a long time ago. I would keep track of how many rounds I was putting through my guns. I don't do that anymore. Like I said, I probably should, just to keep track. So I don't really know how many rounds are through this gun right now. If I were to guess, I would probably say around 1,000, give or take. I don't think I've ever had any malfunctions. I mean, it's a Glock. We all know Glocks are very reliable, but this is my baby right here. I love this gun. This is my favorite gun. If I were to only own one gun, or if I could only choose to own one gun out of all of my pistols that I have, this would be it right here. I just bought this Streamlight for it a couple months ago. I was running the Olight PL Mini 2 Valkyrie on here, but I wanted something different, so I wanted to go with a Streamlight because I love Streamlight. I love Olights too, especially for their rifle lights, but for pistol lights, Streamlights are my go-to, so that's what I went with. Here's the TLR 7 HLX, and I just bought a new inside the waistband T-Rex Raptor inside the waistband holster that I carry appendix. When I do conceal carry, I carry appendix. And guys, let me tell you, that holster is awesome. I love it. I can easily conceal carry this gun in that holster, no problem, just wearing my jeans and a t-shirt or even my work uniform. So I do rotate this in my concealed carry sometimes. And I know I mentioned T-Rex arms. I know a lot of people are boycotting T-Rex right now because of what went on with Lucas and his family and all that. But guys, to be honest with you, I'm not one of those people that are gonna hop on that bandwagon and stop buying products from, you know, good quality products from a company just because they've got some issues going on with whatever issues or drama they got going on. That's their business. It's not my business. It doesn't affect me at any. I believe personally T-Rex arms makes some of the best holsters on the market. I love them. They're great quality. They're comfortable, so I'm going to keep buying them. And that's what I have. I have T-Rex holsters, for Raptor holsters for all three of these guns right here, which are in the safe, by the way, but we'll go over that on another video. This is my Keltec Sub2000. This is the Gen 3 model. So this is the one that when you press down on the trigger guard here, and again, everything is unloaded. As you can see, there's no ammo in here. The bolt is open. I'm not trying to have poor trigger discipline here. I'm doing this with one hand, so bear with me. But if you press down on this right here, oh gosh, hold on. There we go. So this is the Gen 3 model. It twists and then folds down like this. So that way you can still run an optic on here. I know the previous models, they folded down right on top of the optic. They didn't twist. So if you wanted to run an optic on here, you had to have some kind of like canted optic on here or something that would move your optic to the side. But with this Gen 3 model, you're able to fold it and you're able to twist it before you fold it. So as you can see there, you know, you can twist it and then fold it down and it's good to go. So this gun's a lot of fun to shoot. That's my most recent gun that I purchased. I got that a few months ago. I've shot it a few times. It's pretty fun. I finally got the optic sighted in. Right now I'm running the Viridian RFX 15, I think it is. I got this optic on a promotion that Smith & Wesson was running when I bought this gun. Any optic ready gun that you bought, they were giving away a free Viridian RFX 15 optic with their rebate. So when I bought this gun, since it was the Gen 3 model, it didn't come with any iron sights or anything like that, and I wanted to put an optic on here, so I took the optic off of my Sheild and I bought a riser and threw it on this, and it's zeroed in. And guys, let me tell you something, that gun right there is accurate as hell. Once I got this optic zeroed in on this gun, I mean, this thing is freaking, I mean, I was putting groups on a paper target probably about that big around, just eating out the center of the same hole with this gun. At probably from 7 to 10 yards away. I mean, that little sucker right there is accurate. I love it. This is my Mossberg Maverick 88. I've had this gun for a little over a year. That's just your good old, you know, plain Jane home defense pump action shotgun right there is all that is. Haven't really done anything fancy to this. I added a camo sling on here, which I already had. That was on my Ruger 1022 that I threw on here. Added a 4-shot side saddle, and that's about it. That's all I've done to that gun. I've shot it a couple of times, you know. Nothing crazy, nothing to brag about. It's just your good old 12 gauge pump action shotgun. And these Maverick 88s, these are great guns for a really, really good price. Only thing that I wish is with the mag pull furniture that you could buy for this gun, with the pump, you have to buy separately. You have to buy the gosh, I don't know what it's called. I think it's called the action tube or whatever. For the action tube, it's like, I think it's welded or it's molded to the pump. So you have to buy an aftermarket Mossberg 500 or 590 action tube if you want to run the Magpul furniture on there, because it won't work with the Mossberg 500s because of the action tube. That's, you know, it's molded to the pump, so you have to buy an aftermarket action tube. And those are anywhere from like 70 to 100 bucks, and a lot of places are sold out of them, and it just seems like kind of a pain in the ass or too much of a hassle to have to go through that just to upgrade it for, you know, $100 part. So for right now, I'm just going to leave it like that. I would like to try to find maybe a rail that I could throw up top here. I know they make the ones that have the side saddles, and then it's got the rail that comes all the way up here that I can mount a red dot. But we'll see what I can do with that here in the future. And then last but not least, this is my 11.5-inch 5.56. This is from Core Rifle Systems. I've had this gun for a little over 6 years. I've had this gun for about as long as I've had the Glock. I bought the Glock shortly after I bought this. I actually bought 2 ARs. I bought a full size, and then I bought an 11.5. I ended up getting rid of my full size, and I kept my 11.5. And I just recently decked this thing out in all FDE furniture. I've got videos on my page, on my shorts, going over everything that I did to this gun. But I just swapped out the brace, the grip, the charging handle, the trigger guard. I added some Magpul backup front and rear iron sights on here. A BCM gunfighter foregrip, BCM rail panels, and I also added, as I was just talking about them a minute ago, not only do they make quality holsters, but they make really nice slings as well. This is a T-Rex arm sling. I love this sling, and I love that they sent me these little sling keepers with it, so that way I can keep my sling nice and stowed tight to the gun so it's not hanging around, flopping around, getting caught on a bunch of stuff. I've got the Break Arms Warhammer charging handle on here. That's their micro Warhammer, their mod 2. That's a nice charging handle. But yeah, I just decked it out in a bunch of new FDE stuff. The only thing that's on here, that's still on here, that was on here before, is the optic and the light. That's my Olight Odin Mini 1250 lumen light. I've got it rigged up here with the pressure pad. This has been a solid rifle light. I've had that rifle light for, I would say, at least 4 years now, a little over 4 years, easily. Never had no issues with it. And then this is the Hollow Sun. I believe this is the 403C. Yeah, it's the 403C with the solar thing on the top. That's the only 2 things that are still on this gun that were on here before I upgraded and changed everything else out. I left the optic and the light on here, but everything else I swapped out. You know, I added the rail panels. I had a BCM CAG on here before. I swapped it out for the BCM foregrip, the gunfighter foregrip, BCM trigger guard, BCM gunfighter grip, FDE brace, the T-Rex arm sling. I had a Magpul sling on here before. Oh, and then I also bought 2 FDE 30-round PMags, the Break Arms Warhammer charging handle, the Magpul backup iron sights. I had a set of 45-degree iron flip-ups on here before, but I like just the regular backup irons. Right now they're at a 1/3 co-witness. I might drop this down a little bit and buy another mount to make it an absolute co-witness, because that's just me. I would rather have absolute co-witness, but for right now 1/3 is okay as well. And yeah, guys, that's pretty much it. That's those are my babies. That's my collection right there. Like I said, the only other thing I don't have pictured here is my Ruger 1022, which is right here in the safe, as we all know and love. the good old tried and true Ruger 1022. It's nothing fancy. I got a rail mounted up here that I'm probably going to throw an optic on. Right now I've got this barrel band zip tied because I had that camo sling on here before and it really didn't fit through this barrel band, and I lost the screw that was in here, so I got it zip tied. But I'm thinking about buying the Magpul stock for this, and if I do, I won't have to worry about that barrel band anymore. So that's probably what I'm going to do next here in the near future, is buy the Magpul Hunter stock for this, and then throw a red dot up here on the rail. Because personally, guys, I'm more of a red dot fan than an LPVO or a scope guy. I mean, I don't hunt. I don't really shoot long range. You know, I'm more of a tactical, practical kind of guy. So I run red dots on most of my stuff. And then this is my safe. This is my Winchester safe. I think it's the 26 gun safe. You know, I got a little light in here. I got a little survival kit in here. You know, some ear protection back there, some cleaning stuff, you know. A box for my O sight, a knife, and then down here I got all my ammo. Let me see if it'll let me turn my, yeah, it won't let me turn my light on while I'm recording, but down there is all my ammo and my extra mags and stuff. And then down here is some holsters and some more boxes of stuff. You know, my optic boxes are down there. I keep boxes for everything. Gun cases and gun boxes and stuff like that. You know, it's just your typical safe. So, but yeah, guys, like I said, I figured I would go ahead and just kind of give you guys a little bit of a rundown of all my stuff that I have. This is mostly the stuff that you'll be seeing on this channel going forward. This is all the stuff that you'll be seeing. I do have some new product coming soon. I'll have a new gun video coming probably within the next couple of weeks. I'll keep it hush hush for now, but just know that I'm going to be picking up a new gun here soon, and I'll do a review on that. Tomorrow I'm supposed to be going to my uncle's and doing some shooting. I'll try to get a couple of shooting videos uploaded for you guys. But yeah, man, these are my babies. If you guys could give me, like I said, a like on my videos, on this video, subscribe to this channel. I will do my best to keep the 2A content coming. And if y'all can support me, that'd be greatly appreciated. Stay safe out there. God bless. And y'all have a good weekend.